Today, I'm going to talk about how to use Facebook Marketplace to find real estate deals. We know a lot of people are on Facebook Marketplace, but how can we leverage that to actually find real estate? Let's go. Hey there, my name is Mike Fritz. I'm the founder of Titanium Capital Investments and the multifamily CEO system. My greatest passion is helping investors just like you create financial freedom with multifamily real estate. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Facebook Marketplace to surface real estate deals. And we're going to talk about how to use Facebook Marketplace to build relationships so you can get deals over and over again. Let's get started. The very first thing you want to do when leveraging Facebook Marketplace in order to find real estate deals is to understand how to use the search correctly. You might put in the search multifamily properties. And a lot of properties that are multifamily properties didn't come up because people called them duplexes, or people called them triplexes, or quad units, or quadplexes. They used a different term than you did, and so you're not actually finding the property, even though that property fits what you're looking for. So when you're looking for a property, you want to think of every term that could be used for that property and search that term individually. I want to search duplex. I want to search triplex, quadplex, multi-unit, unit. I want to search everything I can think of that would apply to a multifamily property. For example, if I'm looking for projects with seller financing, I might look at seller financing. I might look at owner financing. I might look at land contract. I might look at vendor takeback or vendor financing. Those are all terms that are used inside the seller financing world. So part of what you can do is go to Google and search terms used for a specific asset class you're looking for and put every single one of those words inside of the search bar singularly so you can see if properties surface under one search when it didn't surface under another. Using the search correctly can help you navigate to deals that other people aren't finding because they just don't think to do all of the work to put in different words in different search terms. Facebook search is a lot like Google search. You put a different kind of search in, different articles come up, different links come up. It's the same thing with Facebook search. You put the words in different orders, you put words with a little bit different titles, a little bit different keywords, and different properties are going to come up. So leverage that knowledge. By the next time you're looking for a property, put every single combination you can think of and every synonym you can think of for that specific property. The second thing is, once you find a property, obviously reach out to that owner. But there's a couple nuances to this. Let's say you find a duplex that you really like and you want to buy. You call that owner, you can't really find a price that works. So instead of just hanging up and saying, that's a dead lead, ask the owner, do you have any other types of properties you may be interested in selling or know anybody who would be interested in selling a property, and I would give you a healthy finder's fee if you'd be interested in doing that. The reason I use the word healthy finder's fee is because it's a key word that really helps people see, I'm going to take care of you and give you a fee for doing this extra work. So understand, I'm not just looking for properties. I'm looking for relationships that can lead to properties and even more properties. If you go on and find an owner and you buy one property, that's awesome. But what if you build a relationship and not only buy that property and then buy another one and another one and another one from this specific owner, or he gives your name to another investor he knows and you buy property after property after property from that person because you built one relationship on Facebook Marketplace. I want you to see Facebook Marketplace as a relationship platform, not a property platform. The more you treat it as a networking opportunity than a closing site to just close deals, you're going to get way more deals done and way more deals to the finish line. Before I go on to our next tip, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you get notified every time we put out a video, which is every single weekday. Also, smash that thumbs up button. Helps us get the content out to more people so we can keep helping people lock down real estate deals just like you. Let's get to the next tip. The next thing you want to know with Facebook Marketplace is it's primarily rentals. So when you go there, it's primarily a platform that people use to find tenants, not buyers. But you can use this to your benefit if you think outside the box a little bit. One person may look and say, oh, it's only rentals, it's not for me. I look at it a little differently. I look at it that every single person that posted a unit owns that unit, meaning they're a buyer. They just aren't selling their property. They don't know yet that I want to buy it. So what if I see a listing for a really nice unit I want some more information on? I call that person up and say, listen, I just saw your posting on Facebook. I wondered if you'd be interested in selling that property if we could find a price that was a win for both of us. No seller is going to hang up the phone because in real estate, there's an old statement. Everything's for sale for the right price. If we can get a price that makes sense for you and still makes money, and makes sense for the seller and makes money for him or her, then it's a great deal that may be able to be done. But when you see a place to rent, it may not only be owners, it may actually be property managers. It may be managers that are managing those property for the owners. Well, the benefit of a property manager is they don't manage one unit. They usually manage hundreds or sometimes even thousands of units. If you call up that property manager and say, I saw your listing on Facebook Marketplace, I'm interested in purchasing the building. Do you think the seller would be interested in selling? And do you know anybody else who might be interested in selling? And I'll make sure you're taken care of with a nice finder's fee if I'm able to make this deal happen. That helps property managers continue to connect you to opportunity. Because again, I'm not on Facebook Marketplace to find deals. I'm on Facebook Marketplace to build relationships. And by the way, treat every single platform that way. I don't care where you're finding deals. If you look at every single deal search idea as an idea to build relationships, you'll go much further, much faster. Because the person just out there trying to hustle deals, that's great and you'll probably get some deals done. But the person out there trying to build relationships, they're going to get deals come to them and they're not going to have to work near as hard, but it takes a little bit of time and patience to build those relationships. So every time you see a listing on Facebook Marketplace for a place to rent is a potential connection of somebody who may know of a property for sale. So you could call up that owner, call up that manager and say, would they be interested in selling this? If not, do you know anybody else who may be interested in selling? If not, thank you so much. Please keep my information and just let me know if you ever do find somebody. That's 3 different ways they can connect with you. 1, they can sell it to you. 2, they might have another property. 3, they might know somebody who has a property, or maybe even a 4th way, they can reach back out to you if anything changes in the future. The truth of the matter is, using Facebook Marketplace as a relationship platform will exponentially change your mindset and take you to that next level in your real estate career. A few years back, my wife and I found a property on Facebook Marketplace. We called that property. We drove to that property. We ended up looking at that property, and they actually had a real estate agent involved in that property. Well, so when we went there, we looked at the property. It wasn't a property we were really thrilled about after we saw it on site. So we decided to pass on that property, but we connected with a real estate agent, the agent that was on that property. And not only were they trying to sell this to an investor, but now they knew we were looking, they were able to connect us to other properties that they knew of. Here's the takeaway. I wasn't just looking for a property. I'm seeking to build relationships with Facebook. See, surfacing leads on Facebook Marketplace is way more about relationships than it ever is about finding the icon of a house that you want to buy and buying that. That's much less likely to happen than building a relationship that yields loads of deals in the future, which will make you a whole lot more money. I also want to give you a free training for tuning in today. If you click the link below, I want to give you my free multifamily masterclass, which is a 60-minute training where I walk through the 5 things you need to do to land your first or next piece of multifamily real estate. This training changed the game when I learned these tips. I can't wait to see you inside the training.